Have you ever noticed? Some people, clearly not as hardworking or intelligent as you, are always admired and surrounded by opportunities, while you, despite your best efforts, remain stuck, misunderstood, passed over, and treated like nothing. Do you think this is fate? Luck? A problem with ability? No, it's the frequency that's filtering people. Everyone is like a signal tower, constantly transmitting their own vibrational channel. Emotions, beliefs, subconscious thoughts, all transmit an invisible code of who you are. Others can't see it, but they subconsciously read it. This is not superstition. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt uncomfortable? Have you ever met someone you couldn't pinpoint but wanted to avoid? Have you ever felt excluded in certain situations, even if no one said a word against you? This is simply a mismatch between your frequency and the environment. Even more cruelly, your frequency determines who you allow to approach you and what you deserve. When your heart is filled with self-doubt, fear, and guilt, you aren't sending out a call for help, but rather a magnetic field of "I'm not worthy." Consequently, opportunities, resources, and love all bypass you. It's not the outside world rejecting you. It's your frequency that's subconsciously blocking it all. You haven't been let down by the world. You've been trapped by your own frequency. Scientists have long confirmed that the human heart isn't just a blood-pumping organ. It's also a powerful energy transmitter. When you're anxious, fearful, or angry, your cardiac field contracts dramatically, emitting a repulsive wave. Even if people approach you with outward politeness, their bodies instinctively want to retreat. When your inner peace, focus, and strength, your cardiac field can extend up to 3 meters. The moment you enter a room, the entire space becomes quiet. This isn't a metaphor. The HeartMath Institute in the United States has documented that the electromagnetic waves emitted by the human heart can influence the heart rates and brain waves of others in the same space. In other words, before you even speak, your frequency is already conversing with the world. Even more shocking is that the frequency of your brain waves, the rate at which they vibrate per second, is modulated by your emotions. Chronic depression, anger, and shame lock your brain waves into a low-frequency state, such as theta waves. This state not only attracts low-energy people and events, but also makes it increasingly difficult for you to attract higher-dimensional resources. You then become trapped in a vicious cycle: worsening state, worsening frequency, worsening circumstances. And you don't even realize how this happens. You think your luck is slipping, but in reality, you're sending out daily signals of seeking defeat. Have you ever experienced this? During a job interview, you dress well, speak clearly, and have a strong resume, yet you always feel like the other person doesn't quite believe you. You like someone, speak appropriately, and show consideration, but the relationship remains stuck in an awkward limbo. When chatting, you talk neither too much nor too little, and are polite but not aloof. Yet you're often ignored, interrupted, and bypassed. You begin to doubt yourself. Am I not outgoing enough? Not good enough? Not worthy enough? But the real answer is that there's something wrong with the smell of frequency you carry. Imagine this. You say, "I'm fine," but you exude an aura of repression. You convey, "I can do this," but your frequency is tinged with subtle self-doubt. Others hear your words but sense what you haven't said. Frequency is this part of you that's unspoken, yet spoken beforehand. It's not your appearance, but it determines whether others find you attractive. It's not your IQ, but it influences whether others trust you. It's not your level of effort, but it determines whether you're chosen. This is truly terrifying. You might spend 10 years cultivating a superb persona, only to lose out on a frequency you can't see or hear, yet constantly radiate. Frequency is like a piece of clothing that doesn't fit. You want others to see your glamorous side, but they only smell your inharmonious aura. You think you're making choices every day, what to do, what to say, what to strive for, but you don't realize what you're truly choosing isn't your goal, but your vibration. Frequency determines everything. Your circle of friends is a reflection of your frequency. Your income level is the vibration level you can accommodate. Your first thought upon waking each morning already determines the people and events you'll encounter that day. It sounds scary, but this is precisely the opportunity. Frequency isn't a label assigned by fate, but a channel you manually adjust every morning. Want to shift the tune of your life? Starting today, do these few small things, and your frequency will noticeably shift. Step 1. Stop complaining. Even in your inner monologue, every time you say, "I'm so tired," "I can't help it," or "I don't deserve it," you're sending a clear message to the universe. Give me more evidence to prove these words. Frequency doesn't judge truth or falsehood. It simply responds to what you say, what you believe, what you vibrate against. Step 2. Start rehearsing the new frequency, even if reality completely resists. It's like tuning a radio frequency. You can't stay stuck on the pain channel and complain about it being boring. You have to change the channel, even if the screen is initially snowy. Say, "I am worthy of being seen," even if you're being ignored. Say, "I am being approached by good fortune," even if your bank account balance is meager. Words are the switch for frequency. Speak them out, and your brain waves will begin to respond to the new signal. Step 3. Adjust your energy breathing. Deep, slow, and quiet. Many people breathe in short, rapid bursts throughout the day. This is a vibrational pattern that signals danger. Try spending 3 minutes each day, closing your eyes and breathing deeply to slow your heart rate and even out your brain waves. This isn't a relaxation technique. It's resetting your frequency. When you stabilize your vibration on the frequency of trust, calm, and inner strength, the world will begin to respond to you in ways you've never been able to. Frequency isn't magic, but it can certainly make your life shift, almost like magic. The question is, can you resist responding to the lure of the old channel? Now imagine two people. One wakes up every day, opens his phone, and the first thing he sees is a stream of anxious messages. He says, "The world is getting worse, it's too late for me, and why do I always fail?" His frequency, like a radio, is stuck on a low frequency: fear, shame, and powerlessness. He begins to attract realities that match his frequency. Exploited relationships, repeated patterns of failure, the numbness of feigning effort. And then he repeatedly asks, "Why always me?" It's not that he doesn't want to change, but his frequency keeps telling the universe, "Don't give me anything new. I'm not ready. What about the other person?" He's also experiencing setbacks, pain, and the same chaos in the world, but he's starting to change his response. "All this is a signal to me," he says. "I'm willing to clear out old patterns," he says. "I deserve a higher version of myself." His frequency begins to rise. From a reactor to a transmitter. You'll discover a magical quality about this kind of person. Connections automatically begin to attract them. Opportunities emerge from corners never before seen. They no longer flatter or overwork themselves, but instead naturally become needed. Why? Because they become a channel, not an impediment. The higher the frequency, the smoother reality. The lower the frequency, the heavier the fate. This is the dimensional divergence you participate in every day. It's not something to wait for in the future, but is quietly underway. Which way are you sliding right now? Now close your eyes and think. Is the space you're sitting in right now a little quiet? Does a subtle resonance arise within you? This isn't the power of the article itself. It's the frequency within you awakening. We often think that to change our lives we need to fight, grab, and desperately grasp for something. But in reality, the moment your destiny truly changes happens quietly. Like right now, it's not about what you gain, but about choosing to emit a different vibration. You begin to gently say no. You begin to say a truly respectful word to yourself every day. You begin to notice the people, things, and thoughts that weigh you down, and then slowly tune them out of your channel. And as you make these seemingly insignificant choices, your frequency begins to penetrate reality. You suddenly discover that some people who once ignored you are beginning to listen. Some projects that were once stuck are starting to move on their own. You no longer chase others to explain yourself, but instead begin to be seen, because you no longer say to the world, "I'm not worthy." You begin to broadcast to the universe, "I'm ready. Now do something you've never done before." Forward this message to someone you truly care about. Maybe it's that friend who always complains about being unlucky. Maybe it's that relative who keeps running into bad people without realizing it. Maybe it's yourself from 3 years ago. Tell him, her, it. Your frequency has always determined your life. You are not the one chosen by fate. You are the one emitting it. Your frequency entered the room before you did, and it also changed your fate before you did. Now the room has changed. Are you ready to step in?